Coming up, conservationists drop in on a seal colony.
He'll sniff me and then realise I'm not a seal.
Sal gets up close and personal with Snowy the croc. And Nikki does her best impression of enjoying her job.
Ah! Oh, sugar.
Reptiles can get under your skin. And I'm not just talking about their sharp teeth. They're an exhilarating mix of frightening and fascinating. One of the best places to come face to face with these incredible creatures is Crocosaurus Cove, home to the world's largest display of reptiles. First of all, Sal's going to the juveniles pool, where head handler Nigel Palmer's is giving the crocs their morning feed. 100 cheeky saltwater crocodiles are in this enclosure. At 2 years of age and 1.5 metres, these youngsters are just starting to bulk up. But the large crocs are the big stars. Houdini weighs in at 660 kilograms and 4.6 metres. And why, I wonder, does he have the name Houdini? Well, apparently he's the only croc known to have freed himself from a crocodile trap. Not once, but twice. It took 6 months to capture Houdini, but now he's happily settled in with his girlfriend Bess. Don't they look cute? Next door is Chopper's domain. He's a fighter, not a lover, illustrated by his 2 missing front feet. What he lacks in charm, he more than makes up for in size. He's the biggest croc here at a whopping 5.5 metres. It's Snowy's feeding time, and Keeper Nigel knows to keep his distance. Snowy lacks a black pigment, so he's a golden colour. He's no angel either. He's been in captivity since 1987, under suspicion of causing harm to humans, though it's never been proven. Just look at him waiting there. One false move by these 3 and Snowy would be onto them. And with 3.5 tons of jaw pressure purely devoted to crushing prey, it wouldn't be a pretty sight. I wonder if Sal was listening to all of that, because she's about to go for a swim with Snowy. Don't worry, she'll have the cage of death to protect her.
Now, it's not helping the state of my heart looking at the scratch and bite marks on the outside of the cage, but by the time the boys bring me up again, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of new scratch marks on the inside as well. So I'm ready to go. You can lower me away, boys.
I wonder what Snowy will be thinking as Sal gets into the pool. Something about lunch, I guess. Taking deep breaths to slow her heart rate, she replays Nigel's briefing.
He's inquisitive.
Okay.
And I'm hoping he's going to swim past you. I want you to count his teeth for me.
Okay.
He should have 66.
Excellent. I'll have a look.
Within minutes, she feels safe enough to relax and be absolutely amazed at just how massive and beautiful this creature is.
That actually was incredible. I thought I'd be more nervous, but once I was underwater, I just became really calm and we looked eye to eye and it was amazing. It's the only time I ever want to look eye to eye with a crocodile underwater though.
What's the best way to entertain little monsters? Show them some big monsters.
It's enormous!
At the aquarium, there's a mega-sized tank which is home to some of the biggest predators in the ocean.
I see why.
And recently, it welcomed some very important new arrivals. Those boxes might not look all that exciting, but they're carrying the aquarium's newest little stars. These 18 sub-Antarctic penguins are from New Zealand. The king penguins are tall and stately, and very serious. The Gen 2 penguins are much more active. They're definitely the life of the party.
Well, thanks for easing in here.
It is. It's 0 degrees, to be honest.
It is cold work, but it's a dream job for curator Tristan Bird.
Yeah.
This is KT, who's been very nice, coming down to say hello and see what we're up to. At the moment, we've got Barney here, just to my left. That is Possum sitting next to you.
That is so cute. You look quite happy there.
The aquarium has spent 5 years and $28 million to house the penguins. So keeping their prize exhibits in tip-top condition is a priority. Vet Rob Jones checks the penguins 3 times a week. He checks the eyes and beaks first. Then it's onto the feet. No problems there, lovely and clean. And the feathers are in tip-top condition, which means they're doing their job protecting the downy feathers underneath. The playful penguins can turn even the most tedious of tasks into fun. Look at them pecking away at Brett as he tries to vacuum their tank. Cheeky. Hang on, this guy's lost interest. It must be lunchtime.
OK, so what are we feeding them?
OK, we've got some herring here, so we'll be putting some vitamins in the gills here if you want to have a go.
What's in the little pill?
It's just like a multivitamin. The Gen 2s have a special one.
Do you get a sense that Nikki isn't enjoying this?
So
Oh, that's yuck. Oh, sugar.
Now, Nikki. I think we'll be needing an extra bucket in a moment, and it won't be for the penguins.
sort through these, so we have to make sure that there's no guts hanging out.
And then it's out into the pen, where it's strictly staff only during feeding.
OK, who do I have here? I have Barney. Good job. Yay. KT.
Antarctica is one of the aquarium's most popular exhibits. We put it to the test. It's official. Kids love it. Come across a seal colony and you'll notice 2 things straight away. A lot of noise and a foul smell. It's not the kind of secluded island you'd go to for a peaceful break, that's for sure. But for marine biologist Roger Kirkwood and his team, this is Seal Nirvana. And this rather drastic new haircut is how the team are going to determine how the population is growing.
We'll wait for one day for all of the pups to settle down and mix up together. We'll come around in the mornings and just walk around the tops of the cliffs and looking down with binoculars. We'll record the numbers of marked and unmarked pups, and then we'll do that again in the afternoon.
It's the big flat areas where they can breed that attracts the seals. And once the pups are born, there are intertidal pools where they can go and play and learn to swim safely. This is a very important colony for fur seals. About 25% of Australia's whole population of seals call it home. But this 8-hectare outcrop wasn't always a haven. Seals were discovered here around 1800, and by 1820, they were pretty much wiped out in the area. From 200,000, their numbers dropped sharply to less than 10,000. Since the banning of seal hunting, though, the numbers have grown, and now there are about 20,000 here. Nowadays, boats come to Seal Rocks, bringing people who simply want to admire these adorable animals.
They are very cute. They're very puppy-like. They're quite inquisitive, and so he's just wandering around. He might come up and he'll sniff me and then realise I'm not a seal and then move on.
A few moments of uncertainty, and this youngster is off to look for Mum. A search that isn't easy for babies just a few weeks old. Most of the mothers are out at sea feeding today. They're away for 2 to 3 days, filling their bellies as much as they can. The pups go walkabout during this time, but thanks to their super sensitive noses, their mothers can sniff out their pups when they return. Meanwhile, the job of catching and counting the locals continues.
No, it doesn't hurt them other than their dignity a little bit, but it's not something we like to do, which is why we only do it every 5 years. It is a massive disturbance. There you go.
It's wet and cold, and man, is it smelly. But for the team, the census is a labour of love. Mark is hoping that the numbers will come in at over 5,000 new pups. They may even reach 6,000. That's 1,000 more than the last count. It seems a bad hair day shows the future is looking good for these furry frolickers.
Excuse me, teachers and students. Could we have everybody in the quadrangle for assembly, please? Thank you.
Wendy Brain is about to head off to work at the local school.
You're very nosy, Munchkin. You are. Very nosy.
And this busy foster mum is taking along 5 baby possums.
This is little Olga, Munchkin, Mimsy, the twins, and this is my Sarah. This is my baby brushtail possum.
A typical day starts at 7:30 a.m. with feeding. Then it's off to school by 8:30 and feeding them every 4 hours. Back home just after 6 to cut up all the fruit and vegetables for everybody and put them all in their cages.
Good boy, you have that one.
The Brain household is certainly hectic. The permanent residents include 2 rescue dogs,
Good job. That's it. Good jogs.
a ferret called Jem, and about 30 birds, which all have to be attended to before taking 5 little possums off to Wendy's job at the primary school. Some of us have trouble getting ourselves to work. Imagine taking along 5 little passengers.
Morning, Sandy.
Morning, Wendy. How's your weekend?
Oh, busy.
And it's about to get a whole lot busier.
Yes, good morning. Can I speak to your accounts department, please? You know, look, possums are fine. Sorry, I just had a query on one of your statements. They're just sitting out at the moment because I just needed to follow this through with you quickly, but I need to give them a feed. Great, thanks very much. Look what you've done. You've made a mess everywhere. So look at that. Charming.
At this school, a visit to the office doesn't always mean trouble. Wendy's babies are a popular attraction.
How are they?
Very active today, so they are very active today. They really are. I was running late this morning, so they're having an extra little feed.
The kids love having the possums at the school.
Oh, it's great because we can come and see them all the time and we can see how they're growing up.
And learn about the wildlife, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wendy's homework is around the clock, feeding her little charges till they're old enough to fend for themselves.
We have a release hatch in the aviaries and they go out through the night and they come back to the nest box and they'll do that for quite some time till they feel confident enough to have gone and found their own home.
Saying goodbye is always sad, but Wendy remembers that they're wild animals and they're supposed to be out there on their own. Just like humans, birds have all sorts of different characters. But if you could attribute one trait to parrots, it would have to be cheeky. Parrots parrots also have a reputation for being fun, busy and smart. When they find a suitable tree, they listen for grubs inside the branches, which they then rip open. Let's watch Marley demonstrate how he gets to the grubs inside the tree. Les, the male eclectus parrot, is one of the most colourful stars of the show here.
I'll get into the tops of those pine trees and feed on that fresh
Keepers Christine Tomlin and Jason Bell work with Les and the other parrots every day.
Wings. Good. We call him the incredible sulk, actually, because he sees things and he gets a fright from them. It's just a wallaby. Come on. Good man. Good.
Foot. Good. Foot. You get to know these birds really well, considering you work with them pretty much all day, every day. You really get to know their own little behaviours, each one of them, and I'm sure they get to know ours just as well.
Pip the galah is acting a little strangely.
According to some people, they think that she's got a bit of a crush on me.
Beat it.
Some parrot species have the intelligence of a 6-year-old child and the emotional intelligence of a 3-year-old child.
Sometimes you get as frustrated working with them like you would a 6-year-old.
There's no naughty perch for misbehaving parrots, but there is time out and lots of positive reinforcement. When they do something correct, they get a sunflower seed to show them they've done the right thing. Then they're happy to do the next one. Last one, Pip. It's a really close relationship.
You go home with a really big smile on your face and enjoy your work and enjoy coming to work every day. So I love Les, he's fantastic. Come on, George. Good girl.
When Christine started training Georges in spring, the galah was a little preoccupied, eventually flying off with a passing male galah.
In a couple of days' time, we actually saw 2 galahs flying over, and I decided just to call out, and it happened to be Georges, and she flew back down to us, and she's been with us ever since.
Kevin, the long-billed corella, arrived with a broken wing, an ability to flirt, and a very quick mind for learning different behaviours.
How about you dig, Kev?
He learned his behaviours by watching the keepers train other birds. When he saw them get a seed, he would come and do the trick himself. How clever is that?
So, Kev, do you have anything else to say?
In a moment of madness, Tim has volunteered to go and do some hasty repairs.
I've got to get in there and fix that pool. It's got a leak. Problem is, it's not my pool.
It's his. Meet Elvis.
Come on, one more. Listen to that. Bone crushers. So the plan is you're going to hold rope around me. Well, how far do you think till it's dangerous?
Just to the start of the shallow bit, I reckon, to get there.
Pretty close. What do you think's the dangerous bit? Is he going to swim back around quick or come over?
If he pushes past us, we've got to try and get him under control as quick as we can and get you out of the water pretty quickly.
All right, let's do it. It's pretty serious in here too. This guy potentially is a true man-eater. About 5 metres long, well over half a tonne in weight. And he's got a bit of a story. He's originally from Darwin Harbour and he used to rip motors off fishing boats. Now, he was lucky because a croc like this often gets shot. But fortunately, this guy was taken to a croc farm and he ate 2 of his girlfriends. Now, reason for that is because he's a territorial male. These guys fear nothing. And the first thing we've got to do is get the croc around the other side. He's lying right on the leak.
A leaky pool, a 5-metre-long man-eating croc and Tim. He must be crazy. A crowd has gathered to watch the team move Elvis up the other end of the pool. He knows something is up and doesn't want to move.
Come on, Elvis. Come on, mate. Jules, we'll move back here. Oh, he's speeding up.
Looks like Tim's chance to fix this leak.
We're right.
Good, Liz.
We're great from this side.
That giant croc is so fast underwater, Tim would have no chance of getting away if he decided to go for him. Just as well Obi and Lizzie are watching his back.
Guys, he's on the move a bit.
Okay, mate, he's on the move a bit.
Done, and just in the nick of time.
Did you get it all done or what?
Yeah, it looks good. There was just a bit of a crack along that seal.
Elvis has been relatively well behaved. As he missed out on snacking on Tim, it's time to reward him with some other food.
Come on. He's just massive, isn't he? Come on. Now, they're much slower to come forward. The danger zone is to the side, so I'm going to keep that food in front of his nose. Look at that. Come on. Up you come. Good fella.
It's a job well done, and probably time to leave Elvis alone. That's more than enough excitement for one day. And we'll be back with more Danger Wild Animals.